Good morning and welcome to the craft room. I'm Ellie Barnes. We're going to be focusing on Christmas over the next couple of months because it's now when we have time to get our Christmas cards made and ready to send. So what I want to do today is show you another Christmas card. I'm going to be using two sets here and a different paper. So I'm bringing in elements from a few different things to show you that just grab what you've got and do something that's special. So let's have a look at what we've got. We'll go down to the desk and have a look. Just turning you to the roof. I know it's a very boring view, but we get there. So here we have, on here, we're going to use this set. It's called Branching Out. It's a set that you could use for Christmas and a set you could use for anything. I'm using it for Christmas, although it doesn't have much of a Christmassy feel in the wordings, like thinking of you brings joy to my heart, hello, friend, birthday wishes, sending lots of love, I love that, sent with lots of love that one, to a very special person, and wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. So you could say it's more to just general everyday things. But then when you look down here, we've got branches, pine leaves and pine cones, which is very Christmassy here in Australia. So I thought that's what I'm going to use it for. So I'm bringing in another set for the words. I'm bringing in words for the season and their dies. So we've got this is also could be used for other things, like it's got have a spooktacular Halloween. I think some of them are actually for Thanksgiving here. Incredibly grateful for all my blessings and especially you. But there's certainly two Christmas ones here. May the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. Isn't that lovely? And may the holiday season be filled with joy and happiness. I like both of those. I think they're going to feature in the inside of many of my Christmas cards. Plus you've got the greetings and cheery wishes to you and yours, happy and wishes. And over here, I've actually written them on so I can see what they are. We have Merry, Halloween, Christmas, New Year, holidays, greetings, autumn and happy. So these can be cut out and used for, and wishes, I've missed that one, wishes. So you can cut these out and make any greeting you want for the season with this. And so that's what I'm going to use together with these nested dies. So that set goes there. It's a bit hard to put them all. Oh, we can go this way if I look in the thing. I haven't even checked if we're going live in the right spot. Oh gosh, this is terrible. So these go here, this goes with this, and it's mainly these lovely nested dies, and I am so wrapped with these dies. I think they're beautiful. They've got a lovely stitching edge, and we're going to be using them today. So this is what I'm using to make my Christmas card. I'm using a set that's not quite Christmassy, but it has some elements that I can use. And I'm using a set that's got just Christmas words. So let's pop these aside and get straight into it. The first thing we need to do is get our card base cut. So I'll do that. Oh, upside down, Ellie. Oh, dear me. Hi, Jane. Hi, Liz. I'm glad you're joining me. It'd be awful if I was sitting here talking to myself. Mind you, I do that when I'm crafting. Jane will attest to that. So that's just a sheet of the A4 cardstock cut in half, which is at 14.8, and I've just folded it in half again using the corner of my trimmer. I'm also going to need some white paper. I need some white paper for inside, and I'm going to measure it with this. So, oh look, we might have to do the normal 14.2 because that will give me enough to do what I need to do. And I'm just going to cut this in half because we're going to use it. Oh, I suppose I can, I know I need this bit. So, yeah, no, 10 and a half. I'm right. Cut it in half, Ellie. So, I think that was all my cutting with the machine. Oh, no. I'm going to bring in, I love this paper, the Traditions of Christmas paper. This is one of the pieces. On the back here, why I'm using Secret C as my base, on the back here is Secret C. Now, you don't see a lot of it, but I'm going to bring something else in to make this really pop with the Secret C. It's not black and it's not navy. It's this really dark colour that makes other colours pop. Other colours pop. So this has got in it real red. It's got those sprigs that are going to match what I'm going to do on the card here of pine sprigs. And it's got the red poinsettias. Well, I'm going to do red pine cones and some other flowers and other colours. But I'm concentrating on Secret C, real red, white, and old olive. So they're the colours we're looking at. Quite traditional, Secret C just giving everything a pop. So I need to cut this at 10 centimetres. And I need this one at 14.2. And I need this piece too. So let's put that aside. And I'm going to do some die cutting. So one of these was, no, they were the same, weren't they? So I'm going to die cut that out of there. I'm going to get the next one down. And I'm going to, hang on, let me think about what I'm doing here. Yes. I'm going to die cut that. I've lost it. I've lost what I had in mind. I need one of these. Now this is out of the Peaceful Garden suite. And this is the Peaceful Garden glimmer paper. And it's Secret C. So as you can see, we're going to be matching it all in together. So I'm going to die cut out a piece of this. Now think about this, Ellie. You'd only design this in your head. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm putting that on the front. I need to die cut that out. And I don't, I'll come back to that. That's not the right piece. I need to die cut that out of that piece, I think. Yes. I can't remember what I was going to do. No, I am die cutting that out of that. I'm trying to remember what I'm doing. Isn't it awful? I thought about it and I thought, oh, I haven't time to make one. I'll just use what I've got in my head. And now I can't remember it all. I decided it all last night and then moved everything. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's start with this one. We can always die cut some more bits, can't we? It's not like I'm putting the machine away. Let's die cut this one. And yes, I should put that so I don't waste as much paper, but oh well. Today's going to be one of those days. If I get it right, I get it right. And if I don't, I don't. That's that piece. We'll go back this way. We will keep going back and forth until we've got it all. This is this piece. Oh, got there. And I am getting my act together. I've worked out a couple of things, but we'll get there. And this is this piece. Right. Now this piece is going to sit on here. And I've worked out I need to cut this piece. Hang on. Let's get this out of the road and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This piece is going on the front and this piece is going in the middle. So I need to cut this one back down to 14.3 as well. So I'm putting a mat inside and on the front. But I don't want to waste all this beautiful cardstock because what I'm going to do on the inside is put this here. So if I take this one and cut that out, and I take this one, which fits over there, and cut that out in the middle, that saves some of that beautiful paper. I also had left over, wherever I threw it, for the day. Oh, where did it go? I had some green cardstock left over. Did I put it down here? It was left over last week when I mucked it up. Oh, I can't find it. Did I put it away? Oh, we're not going to muck around. I'll use it for something else. I was going to use it for today. But and I thought I was a bit organised and I'm not. Isn't that awful? I get like that, don't I, folks? Yes. She's a bit of a slacker, you're going to say. But that's life. I've put it somewhere and I can't find it. So we'll use this. We are going to get there, folks. I'm going to cut out 2 sprigs. So I'll just cut a piece off this. So we're going to cut that and that and that and that. And one other thing we need to cut. I am putting this on top of here. Now, I could cut out another smaller piece there, but I'm actually going to take these dies here. I'm going to take the word Christmas and I'm going to cut that out of there. So let's bring the cut and emboss machine in again and do these cuts. But one of my problems is I want this to be sticky. So I'm just going to put, and it's not going to be a problem if it's not perfect. This is the adhesive sheets. And I am going to put that on the middle of that. So that if I can get this to separate, there it is. When I cut out Christmas, I'm not going to have to glue these tiny little pieces. Now, it may not be perfect size, but it will work. So we know they're okay. We've got to do those and these. So let's get cutting and then we can start assembling. Well, we can't. We'll start stamping after this. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to cut out Christmas, and that'll need 2 run throughs, so I can do my leaves while I do that. Only because the glimmer paper is a little bit thicker and I've now added to that thickness. Now you might be fine with just 1 cut through, but I've added to the thickness with putting the adhesive paper at the back. So I'm just going to take this out, leave that one waiting. We'll pop out our stem and pop him there. And I'll put him back on and cut another one. I'll put it upside down, Ellie. Only because I want to try and fit 2 on here. And that will then ensure that Christmas is cut out properly. Okay, so we have our stem We'll put him over there and fix him up in a minute. And we have our Christmas, and again, we'll fix that in a minute. Now I'm just going to quickly cut in here, in the middle, so that I can still put my other pieces on. But I'm saving some of that paper. And I will make a card with these during the week, these two pieces that I'm saving. Because they're too nice to get rid, not to use. So there's one that I'm saving. That's a good size piece of paper. This one's even bigger. Oh, stay where I want you. I do talk to the dies and the things. I mean, if I don't talk to them, they may not do what I want. That's my feeling. If I tell them, I must be mad. Okay, so let's take that off. Let's have a look where we're at now. Get the dies out of the rope. So I've got my inside piece, which this will fit over. I could have done it so it would just sit inside, but I've done it so it fits over. And then I've got Christmas. Now the dot is of the eye. I will tell you this. I've done this before when I've had eyes that are separated. The dot of the eye is still in there, and I don't know if you can see. It is actually a darker colour. If I put white underneath, you can see maybe there's still a dot in there of the eye. I'm going to leave that deliberately till I'm ready to put it on. And I'm just going to push Christmas out. Now the C is separate again on this, I discovered the other day. And there's Christmas. Come on. It's a bit thicker and a little less cooperative with the adhesive backing paper, adhesive sheets, but it certainly does make your life a little bit easier. You just have to gently ease it out. And it is cut, it's just not releasing from the sides as well. But there we go. And that's Christmas. So we'll pop that aside. So then my front piece will be a bit like this. And I have these two beautiful pieces to use on other cards. So let's put them aside and I'll show you a card during the week. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, or the next thing I'm going to do, is the stamping. And we do need, I'm bringing in, oh, that's my dirty stamp pad. Need to clean that. Cleaning stamp pads, good scrub with a wipe, or you could use a little bit of hand sanitizer will help release that too. Just a couple of tips as I go. The first thing I'm going to do, now if you're cutting blades, cutting plates get dirty like mine, sometimes you get a little bit of dirt and you notice it on the white more than anything. And this is a crafting rubber, but a rubber will get those bits off. These are used to get glue off things, by the way. They're excellent if you haven't got one. Now, we're going to bring in Secret C. And I'm firstly going to stamp onto, I'll give it a good ink up. I want it about there. And then I'm going to do a similar stamp onto here, but it's going to come in from the top. Okay, so there's my branch. And then I'm going to do my leaves. Now I've cheated with my blocks. There's 2 sets of leaves in this. There's actually 3 lots. There's this little group, a bigger group, and a single one. And it really does help you make your all the branches have leaves if you want them. I've got them back to back, but I've got them so I can see through, and hopefully, I'm trying to get my head over it and not in the camera. That's not too bad. And then the other one I'm going to put on this end. Oh, get some more glue. That's better. Now, line him up like so. Love these clear blocks because you can see where you're stamping and you can line things up really, really well. So I'm just repeating it on here. Different position of the branch. And this one on here. So there's our branch done. I'll put this up out of the road so we don't end up with anything else on us. But we need some pine cones. Now I'm going to use red, and on a red stamp, and I did show this on another video earlier this week for my class, when using red stamps on clear blocks, or anything with a red pigment in it, it turns your clear stamp red. And it can get quite dark. So if you use Versamark first and then stamp on, it won't get as dark. The stamp itself won't get as dark, but you then need, unless you want your Versamark to get really dark but covered in red ink, which mine is a bit, you then need to clean it between goes. And that's exactly what we'll do. Might put one here. One here. And the other one might have to go up here. I was thinking down, but I think it'll have to go up. So that's the front. Let's do the inside of the card. And look, there's a minute gap, it was the same on that one, between the branch and the pine cone. If you're really worried, grab a pen and fill it in, either the blender or the marker. I'm not that worried. What is it? It's not Hallmark. I'll put one there. One in here. All these little branches that are needing one, I feel. And one here. So, there we go. That's all clean in it now. Don't need my Versamark again. But I am going to use the red because I am going to put some writing on it. And on the inside of the card, I want to put the lovely words. Now the question is, do I put it there? I think I'm going to put it here. I know I've taken up, oh, I could have put it straight. Oh, not Hallmark. I know I've taken up a lot of the inside of the card, but there's still room to write, and I just think it just makes it nice and special. I could have left the words off, but I wanted to use them. And down on this one, I'm just going to put the word wishes. Now, I should have shown you. I might show you afterwards if I can get this straight. Okay, let me show you. Again, another little hint. You can see that my label is right at the bottom. When I got my stamp set, there was a lot of rubber stamp below and none at the top, not much at the top. It still is a perfectly good stamp. It hasn't interfered with the stamp, but I just used a pair of scissors to cut some of that rubber off so I didn't end up with lines underneath. If that makes sense. You can sort of see this was this direction. You can see how much is left on that side. It was similar on this. It isn't been a problem on this stamp, but this one it was, so I just did a trim. So that's the stamping done. Now it's just putting it all together. So we'll bring our card in, and I'll give it a bone fold to make sure it's really nice and sharp. And the first thing we'll do is we'll stick this on the front. So I only go around the edge. And I'm going to just put a little bit in those corners because I want them flat when I put the other thing on, the other bits on. Right. The next bit I'm going to put on is this, but I'm going to put it on with dimensionals. So, have I got some dimensionals here? What have we got? Oh yes, I've got a couple of sheets. Because no one's going to see them, I can use all my bits. So I just go right around, cut, 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 cut. Oh, that one, that's still got one on there. These side pieces you can cut to any length. They work well on the sides of things. Perhaps I should have, oh well, we can do this. What else have we got? We'll use some more side pieces. I could put a couple on this side, this one here. Now we'll just have to use these long ones. I'll put a couple like that. You know me, we've got to keep this card proudly sitting up. Get off. Come on, I know you're big. I'll come back to you. It doesn't want to cooperate. And then this just goes over here. So you'd never know I've cut that piece out from underneath, except you can't see it through there, but that's not going to be a problem because we're going to cover that up. Now we need these two pieces of greenery that match in, and I just want them sticking out the corner. Now I could hope, pardon me, I could hope for a dimensional to hit that in the right spot, but just to be sure, I'm going to put a couple of glue dots under it. Now, I was going to use tear and tape, but my daughter's run off with it. So, glue dots it is. And we'll do the same down here. We'll get that piece out. We don't need all those. And it's going to go down here. So a couple of glue dots again. You go back over there. And then you can have that. Now, one glue dot might have been enough, but I want to keep them in the right place so that they don't move. And sometimes with one glue dot they can wiggle a bit. So the next bit I want to do before I put this one on is put Christmas on. And this is starting to come off, so we'll just peel it off. A bit on this end. And I'm going to put Christmas. It's stuck to me. The one thing about this is when you do use it, if this I'm putting it on the angle, in case you're wondering. It's a bit angled. A bit too steep of angle for what I want. You might find when you're using the tape that it comes a little bit stretched. You have to put it back into its positioning as you stick it on, I found. Yeah, and you see, even that's not straight because you want a straight line underneath. So I'll straighten it up from this end a bit. In fact, I'm not happy. Not happy, Jan. Not happy, Jan. Gosh. Let's start it in the middle. I'll start with the S and the T. Actually, I reckon the other day I did it with just glue. I reckon it was easier with just glue for me. Oh, that's looking a bit better. You go back where you belong. Gee, I've made that look hard, haven't I? It's not that hard, really. That's better. And you're sinking down. I need to get you up a bit. I don't think I've moved it, actually. I think it's still where it was. I'm now just fussing. I'm going to stop in a minute. I'm going to get this down. That looks all even. That'll do. Sorry, folks. I fussed too much. And then I'm just getting this bit out of the centre here. I should tell you what I'm doing, shouldn't I? Just going off camera and pretending you don't need to know. But I'll get rid of all the bits we don't need. Go over there. And we'll get this one, the glue, the tape off this. If we can. My eyesight's gone. I can't see the end of it. I'll just try and... Sometimes there's a line where the two pieces of the backing join, but I can't find one on this. So I'll just try and lift it from the corner. There we go. I lifted it from a corner. It's kind of like talk amongst yourselves to stuff sometimes, isn't it? And that's not sitting right. Got to get it on the right angle. That's... Oh, I don't know if they're deliberate mistakes. I think they're just mistakes. Oh, Jane, I love it. Now, this is going to be the hard bit, and I'm not even going to try and get that backing off. I'm going to show you how I'm going to deal with... Oh, no, it didn't come off. It's still on. That's going to be too hard for me to get off. Stay wherever you want. I'm going to do, this is how I put the other on. I put a little bit of glue on the back of it. If I do, when I did Christmas last time. But this time I thought, oh, I'll show you how easy it is. But that, I think, is a little bit easier. Oh, you got to laugh. Now, while that little bit of glue there is drying, I'm going to put this in the inside. Let's do that. Let's finish the inside where I know I can get it together. We'll get there. This was supposed to be a quick and simple card. You can see how hard I've made it look. But I did want you to see that if you've got something in another stamp set that you think, oh, that looks a bit Christmassy, you can use it. I mean, these two sets have come out with the Christmas bundle, but with the Christmas catalogue and the Christmas onlines and things. But one of them isn't really that Christmassy except in images. So I just thought I'd show you how we can make the most of it. So that's the inside. Doesn't that look great? I think so, anyhow. And on this side, I'm going to put this on with dimensionals again. And we'll use these ones up. May as well use up what we've got. I'll put that one there. There. We'll go down this end. Probably didn't need one there. We'll put one there. And there, I've got two left. Let's put one here and one here. That'll do it. That got rid of that. That can go away for another day. And let's get them off. And then this just goes over like this. And again, if you get it straight, it does look better. And that's it. That's our card. No, it's not. We've got it. I can't do a card without bling, can I? Oh, we've got a minute. Who wants, do you want thumbs up if you want a red bling? Or a heart if you want gold. How's that? You get to decide. Do I do red or gold? Is anyone going to tell me? Thumbs up for a red and a heart for gold. No? What shall I do? I might do gold. No one told me, so I'm going to do gold. I hope gold works. I hadn't thought about what I would use. I might use the little ones, actually. We'll use the little ones. Maybe a gold there. And a gold up in here. Red. All right, Jane. I'll change it. Red. Thank you. Could have done R and G, couldn't I? That might have been easier for you. R and G. We'll put a red one here. And what about another one? So I'm only using the little ones because it's only a little space. What about that? So that's our card. So we have Christmas. We have the beautiful paper behind. I love the paper. We have the glimmer paper. So it's all shiny. I could have, or maybe I will. I'll just grab some Winker Stella and just dab a bit over these leaves so they've got a bit of glimmer. How about that? I hadn't thought of that. Just came to me then. How's that? Bit of glimmer on those as well. I don't know if you can see the glimmer on those. but that just brings them back into the card a bit more, actually, with the glimmer behind. And then inside, beautiful words, and means you don't have to do lots of soppy words. It's just to, from. Hope it's good Christmas. And we've got a lovely matching inside. Well, I hope you like that. It was something, sometimes things pop into your head and you think, that might work. I wasn't sure. I don't often do things on the fly like that, but, oh no, we don't want to do that. Do that. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. Gold looked great. Oh, well, I've done red now. I really, really enjoyed making this card. It was lots of fun. I had lots of giggles while I was doing it because I stuffed up a few times. But that's all what card making is about. It is about just getting in and having a go. And if you stuff up, well, put a bit of bling over it. To whatever. It's a matter of making something, and you're making a hug with a fold in the centre, we say. And that's what it is for someone. It will get this Christmas, and I hope they get as much joy and love out of it as I've put into it. So I'll be back next week. We'll keep going with our Christmas theme. I better shove in something that's for Halloween just for my daughter, who would be devastated if I didn't. And we'll keep going so that we have enough ideas to get our Christmas going. Look after yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.